Our next story is about Pakistan and the US, and you have to admit, this is an odd pair. They don't really seem to have much in common, yet somehow they are allies, close military partners. The US has even designated Pakistan as a major non-NATO ally. Yes, I'm not joking. That's really the case. Thankfully, some people do understand how ridiculous this is. Every other year, one US congressman comes up with a bill to scrap Pakistan's major non-NATO ally status. His name is Andy Biggs. He's been trying to get this bill passed since 2019, and so far he has always failed. But will he finally get his wish this year? Our next report explores.
HR 73, introduced in 2019. HR 35, introduced in 2021. HR 80 in 2023. Notice something similar about these bills? Exactly the same. Every 2 years, at the beginning of every US Congress session, one congressman keeps trying to push the same bill through. The congressman is Andy Biggs. The bill's number changes, but it's always about the same thing: to terminate the designation of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan as a major non-NATO ally and for other purposes. This is the congressman's pet project. And he's at it again this year with HR 94. We don't have the text yet, but it's probably safe to assume that it'll be exactly the same. And this year, things may finally go the congressman's way. Biggs has been trying his best to give Pakistan the boot, to remove its designation as a major non-NATO ally. Pakistan received the status in the year 2004 from former US President George W. Bush. Bush needed Pakistan as a base of operations against the Taliban in Afghanistan. So he gave Islamabad the MNNA designation. Congressman Andy Biggs has been trying to undo this travesty for years now, and this time he may just succeed. Because Donald Trump will soon be president. His Republican Party will control the US House of Representatives and the Senate. Basically, the decision to remove Pakistan's MNNA designation will rest with Trump, and he may be keen to do it. Trump wasn't a big fan of Islamabad in the past. In 2018, he cut military aid to the country, despite it being a major non-NATO ally. Back then, Trump said Pakistan had based its relationship with the US on nothing but lies and deceit. He accused Pakistan of sheltering terrorists, so he shut off the tap. This was in 2018. The bill to terminate the designation of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan as a major non-NATO ally was introduced for the first time the following year, but it never saw the light of day. It faced resistance and was eventually buried, year after year. The reason back then was simple. The Taliban were active in Afghanistan, the US needed Pakistan's help to counter them. So Islamabad held on to the major non-NATO ally designation. Classic quid pro quo. In 2021, the Taliban came back to power after Joe Biden pulled the US military out of Afghanistan. The US-backed government crumbled. Theoretically, the US didn't need Pakistan after that. They had already failed. But maybe Biden and the Democrats didn't want to rock the boat, so the bill to revoke MNNA status failed to pass in 2023 as well. But now, Trump is back, so he could very well decide to scrap Pakistan's major non-NATO ally status. After all, what's the point in maintaining the farce anymore? Pakistan has been cozying up to China for years. Push comes to shove, Islamabad will side with Beijing over Washington. It's not exactly major non-NATO ally behavior. Islamabad is no longer useful in dealing with the Taliban either. The two are constantly at odds, but it doesn't matter to the US, especially not to Trump. So then, why would he keep spending millions on Pakistan? Why would he give them American weapons and funding? Why would he keep throwing good money after bad? He has no reason to.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines, detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT, only on Firstpost.